Right now at noon, a protest is held in Joplin to speak out against President Trump's immigration policies.
And we have upcoming snow chances in the next 24 hours. I'll have those details coming up.
Plus, a Pittsburgh woman received help from a mold specialist after her living conditions were affected.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. New at noon today, the Amazon driver who was shot in the head last week during a routine Amazon delivery has died. On Wednesday morning, the Amazon driver, now identified as 23-year-old Jasmine Sky Taylor, was shot while delivering packages off Missouri 97 in Lawrence County. Last night, Taylor succumbed to her injuries. The family is asking for privacy at this time. Video footage from the inside of the Amazon vehicle saw Taylor traveling down the road Thomas Coy lived on west of Highway 97 in Wentworth. Investigators tell us Coy confessed to shooting Taylor with a pellet rifle. Taylor then crashed off the roadway into a fence. Investigators say Coy pulled Taylor from her seat and laid her in a ditch. Thomas Coy is currently charged with assault and armed criminal action. Detective Chris Berry with the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office says the camera inside the Amazon vehicle captured everything. Coy remains held without bond in Lawrence County Jail. Let's head over to meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for first weather.
While temperatures quickly warming up, we're going to be in the mid-40s today, but right now temperatures about 42 degrees. Now mostly sunny skies. We do have clouds starting to move in a little bit later today. Winds are shifting out of the east right now, about 5-10 miles per hour. Looking pretty good for most of the day. They're going to start to shift a little bit further south before our first round of winter weather moves in late tonight and into tomorrow as well. So in preparation for our winter weather coming up tonight and tomorrow night, we have a winter storm watch until 6 p.m. on Wednesday. For a few of our northern counties, that includes Woodson and Allen County, out in Greenwood County as well, and up further north all the way to Kansas City. Getting a lot of winter weather with that. We might not see it extend further south, but most of us will probably see some form of wintry precipitation even further south, getting a little bit of ice. Now, currently, more clouds are starting to push into the area, but rain chances don't start until later on tonight after about 8 p.m. with more winter weather coming in tomorrow and tomorrow night. But I'll have those details coming up.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. Well, the National Treasury Employees Union has filed a new lawsuit trying to prevent the Trump administration from shutting down the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the agency created to shield consumers from predatory banks and lenders. Natalie Brand has more details.
Thousands of federal employees returned to in-person work this Monday, but the government's Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has been ordered closed. Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency posted on social media, CFPB RIP. Some Republican lawmakers applauded the move.
The CFPB has been out of control for some time. The way it's designed, I think, is unconstitutional. It has no oversight. It's been basically a reckless agency that's been allowed to go way beyond any mandate that I think was originally intended.
Congress established the Independent Watchdog Bureau in the wake of the Great Recession of 2008.
That crash was caused in large part by subprime predatory lending that happened all across the United States.
Dennis Kelleher, president of the advocacy group Better Markets, says since its creation, the CFPB has been a key ally for consumers.
In just 14 years, that agency has returned over $20 billion to more than 200 million ripped off Americans in all 50 states.
The move follows similar Trump administration actions to try and make cuts at USAID, the Agency for International Development, which helps distribute foreign aid. Friday, a federal judge blocked the administration from placing more than 2,000 staffers on administrative leave until at least February 14th. In a separate case, a federal judge hears arguments in Boston today on the administration's buyout offer presented to around 2 million federal employees. The White House says the offer still stands with a midnight deadline, while unions argue it's unlawful. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The government says more than 65,000 workers have accepted the buyout so far. The protest in Joplin took place Saturday afternoon in relation to policies put forth by the Trump administration. This protest is similar to ones we covered last weekend in both Carthage and Pittsburgh. The protest took place on the corner of 7th and Rangeline. No incidents were reported. A Pittsburgh woman says she finally has answers about whether a mold problem in her home was fixed. Now, it's a story we originally brought to you back in September. And after asking for the mold issue to be addressed, she was informed her lease would not be renewed. After that report, she says it was the community who stepped up with a mold specialist offering to test her home. It's made her request accountability from the property management company.
I want them to pay. I do. I think it's their responsibility because they were the ones that have been negligent this entire time. It's not up to anybody else. I think that they should step up.
Well, tonight on KOAM, we'll have the details on what mold testing found in her home and why specialists say the findings could have impacts on her family's health. The city of Miami demolishes 2 buildings on Main Street in beautification efforts. The mayor says the buildings were beyond repair and were an eyesore to the community and even had unhoused people living in them. Now, he hopes demolishing the 2 buildings will make room for businesses to come to the community and bring more jobs to the Miami area. The mayor says it would be a great location for retail due to the high traffic area and it being on Route 66. Well, a Polar Plunge fundraiser was hosted Saturday in Pittsburgh to benefit Special Olympics Kansas. KOAM's Mitch Adams has more.
This time of year, some people dream about the summer. Despite cold weather and gloomy conditions, the Polar Plunge gives you a chance to take that dip that you've been itching for.
We ask ourselves why people want to always jump into cold water, but it's for a good cause, and we have plungers that have came for the last 20 years to jump in. It's just a way to spread the word and also get the community involved in everything that we do.
The plunge is simple. Register yourself or a team of brave friends, and once you're announced,
all right, guys,
jump right in.
1, 2, 3, go!
The proceeds from registration, which was a pledge of $100, are donated to Special Olympics Kansas.
So the money raised doesn't just go to a sporting event or an athlete, it goes to the entire experience. Our experiences with our athletes are all about improving their quality of life. So being able to have the funds to provide those experiences so the athletes can walk away with lunch and medals and socialization and hanging out with their friends and inclusion, that's really what today is all about.
One Special Olympics athlete from Pittsburgh explained his thoughts on the plunge.
Tell me what you think about the Polar Plunge.
I like the Polar Plunge too.
What do you think about the Polar Plunge?
It's too cold.
It's too cold?
Yeah.
Although the water is frigid, plungers did their best to make a splash in the community. In Pittsburgh, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
Well, Pittsburgh Police and Fire, Galena Fire, and Haven Support Services were just some of the groups who participated in Saturday's fundraiser. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles fans are flying high today after their team defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22 in Super Bowl 59. The highlights coming up. And later, we're making baked spaghetti cake in the Mr. Fu Test Kitchen. The Philadelphia Eagles are flying high today after their decisive victory over the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22 in Super Bowl 59. The MVP and the Eagles coach spoke this morning, and Danya Bacchus has a wrap-up from outside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans.
Eagles quarterback and Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts was all smiles the morning after he led his team to victory.
To be able to bring a championship back to Philadelphia means everything.
The game wasn't even close.
Intercepted! Picked up by Cooper DeJean!
The Kansas City Chiefs had hoped to become the first team to win 3 Super Bowls in a row.
Intercepted again!
But the Eagles' defense was too much for Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who had 3 turnovers and was sacked 6 times.
Ball is out!
Defense did an awesome job yesterday.
Anytime you lose a Super Bowl, it's the worst feeling in the world. They'll stick with you the rest of your career.
Eagles rookie Cooper DeJean broke the game open with an interception he ran back for a touchdown, making it even sweeter. It was his first career touchdown on his 22nd birthday, a birthday he shares with teammate Saquon Barkley.
Be able to hold that Lombardi trophy and do it on my birthday and Saquon's birthday, it's pretty crazy.
President Donald Trump became the first sitting commander-in-chief to attend the game. And Grammy winner Kendrick Lamar delivered a star-studded halftime show featuring actor Samuel L. Jackson, singer SZA, and tennis champion Serena Williams. In Philadelphia, rowdy Eagles fans lived up to their reputation, scaling a truck and set a fire in the street as they celebrated their team's Super Bowl victory. Danya Backus, CBS News, New Orleans.
Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Imagine the surprise on everyone's face when you tell them you're serving cake for dinner. Stick around. It'll all make sense.
And we're watching a potential winter storm in the area. I'll have those details coming up. Well, it's a cold day yesterday, a little bit warmer today, but we're watching an upcoming winter storm that's going to be moving through the area. Let's go ahead, take a look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Looking pretty good, mostly clear skies, a little bit of clouds moving in, but overall today is not a bad day. Well, though we are watching this winter storm. So we've got a winter storm watch for some of our northern counties, Woodson and Allen counties specifically in the area. And then continuing on, we're watching as the first round starts to move in later on tonight. So taking a look, mostly just cloudy skies, maybe some snow flurries south of Kansas City as you can see passing by, but really we're not expecting much in the area until later on tonight. You can start to see rain spikes after about midnight tonight, maybe even a little bit earlier, especially south of I-44. But our big storm that we're watching doesn't hit until early Wednesday morning. There you can see how the big spike goes. A lot of heavy rain and snow moving in on Wednesday. So looking at our future track through the next couple of hours by 7 p.m., starting to see some of these showers kind of pushing in to the south, really just clipping some of our Missouri counties, but definitely in Arkansas, south of I-44, and then a nice little snow shower kind of pushes by. Not dropping a lot of snow. It's going to be pretty light flurries as it passes. Then heading into Tuesday morning, we're still going to be pretty cold, cloudy skies. Winds do start to shift out of the east and then southeast after that first front has passed. But a few snow flurries do pass by on Tuesday, still not accumulating much at all. And then as we continue into Tuesday evening, winds are out of the south, preparing for our next front that's going to be moving in on Wednesday morning. So by about 1:30 a.m., a few of those snow showers are pushing into the side, the western counties, making it into Parsons, Girard, Pittsburgh area, Coffeyville. By about 3:30 a.m., you can see some heavy snow. Now south in Oklahoma, a little bit of a mix, rain, sleet, and snow. That continues on. Joplin is right on that border between the freezing line and you can see a little bit of rain south of Joplin, south of I-44 especially, and that's where we're going to see our majority of ice accumulation as well, especially in the early morning hours on Wednesday as this makes it in. 5 a.m. we're still going to be below freezing, so could see a lot of freezing rain as it hits the surface. Now, northern counties only seeing that snow. It's going to be continuing to push in through most of the day on Wednesday, so it's about 7 a.m. Not going to be able to get out of the house if we are still in school. Not going to be able to get out of the house without dealing with the snow or rain if you're south of Joplin. You could see even a few thunderstorms as well as it continues to pass. And again, south of I-44, rain and ice are going to be our main concerns. And then north of I-44, mostly just that snow. Now it continues. We're now about 9:30 in the morning, still seeing some lighter snow flurries, but still seeing some accumulation there. And that continues until mid-afternoon before it starts to pass. So this is about 3 p.m., starting to see some of our counties clearing out. Temperatures are still pretty cold. And then heading into Wednesday evening, clouds start to push back as well. And we're going to see a lot more sunshine on Thursday and Friday. Now our first system moves in, not a lot of accumulation, a light dusting, if anything, that's going to be on Tuesday. And then our big system, Wednesday, this is where we're watching that winter storm. That could see 1 to 3 inches in our central counties. South of I-44, again, not expecting much, but ice accumulation. And then north of I-44 could see 4 inches or above. So it is going to be a decent system on Wednesday throughout the day. Still some accumulation on the roads, especially those back roads and bridges as we head into Thursday. But sun comes back out, so we might see a good bit of melting take place on Thursday.
All right. Hopefully it's not too much snow.
You know, Joplin area,
yeah,
not looking like a lot, but still some minor road impacts are going to be a big concern, especially with the ice.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks, Lindsay. Well, stick around. We're making baked spaghetti cake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Today, Howard's making baked spaghetti cake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Over the years, we've made spaghetti every which way. We've served it topped with meatballs and sauce, tossed it with pesto, and even shaped it into a pie filled with ricotta cheese. Well, today, we're going all out with something new. A baked spaghetti cake that's brimming with crumbled sausage, Italian cheeses, and of course, spaghetti. Just watch how easy it is. We start by adding some ricotta and Parmesan cheese to a few beaten eggs, along with garlic powder, black pepper, and some spaghetti sauce. After that's mixed, we add some crumbled Italian sausage that we cooked with chopped green peppers and onions. Now, our spaghetti gets tossed in and the whole thing goes into a springform pan before getting baked off. Right before it's done, we spoon more sauce over the top and sprinkle it with some shredded mozzarella, and back into the oven it goes until the cheese is melty. There you have it, a massive looking cake that'll satisfy any pasta lover. Maybe top each slice with a bit more sauce and let the feast begin. To get the recipe for what we call baked spaghetti cake, simply visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a spaghetti-licious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Well, we have a potential winter storm upcoming in the next couple of days. However, tonight, starting off with rain showers, kind of switching to a few light flurries through Tuesday. But our big system starts to move in late Tuesday night and into Wednesday, where we're going to see quite a bit of rain and snow mix, along with colder temperatures through most of the week.
All right, lots to look out for. Thanks. And coming up tonight at 5, whether it's cheddar, Swiss, American, or brie, cheese shares one major element, milk from an animal. But that could be changing as more startups try to reinvent the wheel in the lab, producing products that melt, stretch, and ooze like traditional dairy. We'll take a look. Plus, egg shortages in the area could bring big business to small farms. And with the recent plane crashes in the United States, many travelers are dealing with flight anxiety. We're going to take a look at how people should tackle these fears about flying. You can join us for those stories and more on KOAM News at 5. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.